Hi, I'm Lynn Langit, and here's a short screencast showing some of the capabilities of Hadoop on Azure. In this screencast, I wanted to try out what Denny Lee, one of the product group guys, had written about on his blog, which was, you'll see it here, to connect Hadoop on Azure to your Amazon S3 blob storage and then run MapReduces on files that are stored in S3 and then return the results into your Hadoop cluster on Azure. So pretty fun. So inside of here, you can see you have to get your account credentials. So he did a good job explaining the account credentials. There's 2 credentials you have to get, and you fill them into your Hadoop portal under the configuration section. So you'll see you get the access key and your secret key now. And this is what the section looks like under Manage Cluster. Now, one of the things that I got stuck on is there's 2 different protocols. There's S3N native and just S3. And it looks like, although I didn't test it, the regular Java jobs only use S3 because I couldn't get that to work with S3N. But in the JavaScript console, the S3N seems to work. So then, of course, you have to put some file up into a storage bucket. And so I'll show you what my bucket looks like. So here's my S3 account. And you can see I created a bucket called Hadoop Azure Test. Also, I think, I didn't test it, but it seems like you have to have a folder for this to work right. So I put it in a folder, and I used to use this this text document here. It's just I think it's the Gutenberg Bible or something. It's some text. And this file was available for download from the Hadoop on Azure site. Then I went over to the site, and I'll go up to the top here and show you kind of how this went. And I went into the interactive JavaScript section. And this, to me, is a really interesting part because this is a difference of the Microsoft implementation. I haven't really seen anybody else making JavaScript available for running MapReduce jobs. So first of all, I just took a look by using the #ls command as what it was in my bucket. And in the beta period, it'll expire your cluster like in a couple days, and then you have to recreate it. So if you start working on it and then you leave, you can recreate it, but your data won't be there. So then I ran an fs.put. And I uploaded the sample word count JS file, which is a JavaScript word count file that is available in the samples. And then, just following the instructions, I changed it up a little bit because the original instructions didn't have it calling out to Amazon. So it had a local path for the particular file. So what I did is I just pointed to my, my bucket where I had the DaVinci file, and I called the pig command to run the MapReduce job. So pig.from, and then go to my Amazon bucket, run this MapReduce using this JavaScript file, passing in the word and count the words. And it took about 3-4 minutes, and then it returned back the words ranked. So the mapper just separates the words, and the reducer just counts them up. So it's real simple. So you do an fs read, and then this file is generated locally as the output of the job, and here's your top words in the body here. And then another example that they talk about here is to do data parse, and so data equals parse, the file data, the word count long, and then you get this sort of array, which is just another way you can look at it. And then I think also interesting is that if I scroll all the way down here, new to me, I guess because I don't know that much about Hadoop itself, is the fact you can do simple graphing. So I thought it was pretty cool, and I wanted to just record a video. So you did graph.bar there running your data, and you get a little bar graph of your word count that you could use Amazon's data and process it on the Hadoop cluster running on Azure, and then work with the output. So I'll be writing more about Hadoop on Azure, but I thought this was an interesting implementation. And again, I'll just tell you, if you're working on this, the tip that I found is you have to use the S3N connection. So this is Lynn Langit, and for more about all things data, go to www.lynnlangit.com. Thank you.